Welcome to our daily message from our divine compassionate guides. As always, I appreciate you joining me, and the message is intended to help heal and serve you in the most appropriate way. So let's dive right into the message for today. I am pulling from the Oracle of Fairies cards by Karen Kay, and let's find out what our guides have for us for this beautiful day. Our first card is motivation. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it. Motivation. So we're coming from a point we are being encouraged to get on those things that we've been thinking in the back of the mind but haven't done. And our next card, lost and found. What was once lost is about to be found. Thanks to the lost and found fairies, sometimes she can help with finding it or help us find things we never realized we lost. This is also relates to preparing, and she's a very practical fairy. So this also comes up during winter and fall and putting things away for the future. So that's what we've got there. And our last card is go outside. It's time to go outside, tune into the powerful peace of nature wherever you are, and feel at one with your habitat. So this is really, I think, saying we need to connect back to nature to keep us grounded. So let's dive into each of them. We'll go a little bit more in depth and then look at the overall message. So we'll start with our motivation, of course. The flower fairies, also called pillywigs, are super excited to fly into your cards. They know you have a special super task at hand, and they are here to encourage you to get on with it. So really what this card is call the flower fairies if you're feeling lacking of motivation. It is said the best way to get things done is to ask a busy person, or in this case, a busy fairy. They might not do the job for you, but they will certainly help you to get motivated. And you can connect with them easily by being outside next to some flowers or inside your home near a potted plant, and ask them to inspire you. So with these ones, they are help you tune in with that, getting motivated to start doing what you were supposed to do. So whatever comes up, that first thing, like something that maybe you've been thinking about but been procrastinating, this is your call here to start getting it, go forward with it. Start prepping, start getting that stuff in motion. And if you do need that little bit of motivation, just take a moment and connect with your motivation fairies. Now the lost and the found. So with the lost and found, this one represents the fairy that collects lost treasures and keeps them for a rainy day, revealing them when they are needed most. She is attracted to shiny things and often keeps the company of magpies and crows. And if you see these birds, a fairy is probably nearby. If you misplace something, either material or spiritual, call the helpful fairy to find it. She will often leave you little hints, tips, and clues. And she reminds you to be practical. For example, if you lost your keys, retrace your last steps in your mind. Where were you when you last saw them? This fairy often appears in autumn and wintertime. In autumn, animals often bury food ready to sustain themselves during the colder months, and seeing them do this could be a sign to stash away the things that will sustain you during this period. This could be material things such as food or money. Remember, she is a very practical fairy. Or she might stash away cherished memories inside your heart to tap into them whenever you need the spiritual boost. And she's also reminding us that it's okay to lose things. Perhaps they were never really ours to begin with. So I feel like this is twofold. A lot of this, maybe this loss is coming from the loss of the old systems. So we're feeling that maybe they were never ours to be part of. I feel like that's part of it, as well as the prepping part. So we're being motivated to start doing stuff that we've been procrastinating on to get that little light burning under the butt to get ourselves going. And this is the autumn and winter we're going into in North America. And this is the time where we should have that practical stuff on hand. I feel like that's really what we're being invited to do. And then our last part of this message is go outside. Go outside. And so when the fairy queen of the forest graces you with this card, it's time to get out and get close to nature. This message is simply to get out so you can recharge your batteries. We forget to do this and get wrapped up in our work, particularly when we're sitting in front of the screens and our computers. So if you can, spend time in a quiet, contemplative space in the environment. Find a place that calls you, sit there and just be, having no expectations, just being receptive to any signs. Now, of course, if you're can't get outside or the weather's not good, you can always just bring yourself there in that imagination. You can look at a picture or just imagine you're bringing yourself there to really connect if you can't quite get outside. But I feel like this is really urging us to feel the powerful piece of nature and open up to the signs, especially now. Getting grounded, being centered is going to be super important. So really, we're being motivated to do those things that we've been procrastinating on. And I feel it's very much related to being prepared for whatever's coming during this winter. And the Lost and Found Fairy is encouraging that it might be time to store away some of those important things, some extra food on hand, extra water, extra cash, stuff like that. But also remembering that as we feel a loss of things, some of those things that we might feel that we're losing was never ours to begin with. So it's really just keeping that in mind. And to keep us where we don't lose our minds, we need to go outside and get grounded, make sure we're connecting with nature. Because especially if we are being motivated by preparing right now, getting extra food and currency on hand in case things happen, we got to keep ourselves grounded so we don't lose our mind. Because, we don't actually know what's going to happen. We might have instincts and feel gut reactions to things, but how this will all manifest out will depend on the consciousness of all of us. So the more that we ground and keep ourselves in that steady place, which will help by being prepared, getting that motivation so we've got some stuff on hand, and that we are prepared that whatever we feel for as lost, it may not have been ours to begin with, and we keep grounded, we're going to be in a better place. So I highly recommend get yourself motivated, get yourself prepared, and then remember to keep grounding yourself, especially now, anytime you're feeling off balanced or getting pulled into the drama of whatever is going on at that moment. Go outside. Even if it's snowing, go outside. Take a moment, go outside barefoot, even in the rain, anything, even for a minute to get yourself grounded. So that is our message for today. You've got the little fires being burnt. Get connected to the fairies of motivation. Prepare yourself. Remember things that you might lose going forward were maybe not ours ever to have to begin with. And keep yourself grounded to stay sane. That's important. Go out in nature. As always, this is intended to help heal and serve you for today and going forward. And I hope it does. If you haven't, do like, share, and subscribe to stay up to date. And until tomorrow, namaste.